Aquarius, how you guys doing? So I thought I would do your August reading for twin versus twin. Now this is you versus them. This is also your soulmate relationship or your whatever path you're on, your spiritual connection with someone, either soulmate, twin flame, whatever journey you're on, family dynamic, your dynamic of society, how it helps us through progressing forward. But this pretty much gives me, the reader, an opportunity to break down the energy from your actual monthly reading, okay, because then you can work that out. I can work that out and break that down into the matrix and give you, I see a channeler, when they channel messages, they have to put their ego aside, because that's why they just speak the truth. They just come out with the truth because they just hear it, they say it, it's channeled, it's done, and it's said. All after what's done and said is because the ego's put aside. All what's done and said, if the ego's there, you can say things and you can blame things, okay, in society in general, and that's what's put out and that's what's come back. So what comes back is the energy through the cards at that particular point, so it picks up the most prominent amount of messages that are really needed for people if they are really in need of guidance, okay. So sometimes if readings go bad, that's because someone is, which generally people do, they go through life, okay. So it all gets put into an energy of cards, but because it's general, and there's thousands of people out there that are Aquarian energies, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or even Jupiter, or even Mercury. You know, I have Mercury in Aquarius and Venus in Aquarius, but either way, it gets put out through those. And because I have to kind of start to do this, because some people in my messages, they're losing their mind through it and blaming me, and I'm saying, well, how the hell do I know your life? I'm just reading the I have to put my ego aside in order to speak, and it just comes out. Okay, so let's see. But you did have a song, and it came through as KLF, Justified and Ancient. So you might be dealing with a Pisces. Oh my God. You might have it in your chart somewhere, or you might be dealing with a Pisces, but Justified and Ancient, all bound for Moo Land. So I'm actually seeing some of you may have something to do with a KLF or a K reg car or something, or that's something to do with someone's car, a K reg, KLF. But it might have something to do with KLF. Who knows? Who knows? But all bound for Moo Land. So you might come back off a travel, or you've been travelling or something like that, and you're just coming back. There could be a train involved. Roaming the land. They like to roam the land, which could be like the all-seeing eye, the oracle, which would be high priestess, that kind of stuff. Hope you understand. They called me up from Tennessee, so Tennessee whiskey. So some of you could be from Tennessee. I think I did pick that up for some people before, some Moon, Rising, and Venus. Stand by your jams. So jams, so your pajamas. So I am picking up someone that likes to wear a onesie that has cows on them, or what do you call them, unicorns or something, like onesies that have cows on them, or for something, or something like that. Or hopefully you don't see someone as a cow, or they see you, I don't know. But someone might have an interest into cows, or just, God knows, right? But we'll see. The jams. So let's see. So Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for August. Twin versus twin. Show me Aquarius. There you go. So dropping the ego aside. So fives. This is working around, okay, a relationship, working around it, giving time. But this can also be a breakdown or a breakthrough. This can be someone of emotional intelligence also that doesn't play games because they drop them. Okay, these people are being dropped, but as an energy of a card, it means that I am seeking emotional intelligence of actually using my intellect now, and I've gained more wisdom to actually walk away and step my ego aside. These people here, they have their heads down, which is what I say when people are over aggressive. So we'll go on to different values of the card, because fives can be really good when you work with them by using your intelligence and your intellect over a heart decision, okay? So, but these people have their head bowed down low. So when you come up against an argument, okay, so we look at it as in a rabid dog. If you was in front of a rabid dog or a tiger or something like that, and you were in front of a rabid dog, the worst thing that you would do is turn around and run. Okay, you never run from something that's going to attack you. So you can't never step your ego aside fully, because we'll always have it. So that would be society. Okay, society. So you work around the energy in order to be the bigger person, to walk away, to bow your head down low, to turn around and walk away, never run. Because if you're running and you're in denial, someone could chase you and hunt you down, okay? So it can go to different values of the card. But this would be turn around, work on your ego, or work on the relationship and make time. It can be. But because it's the sword energy, it's a difficult part of the ego. Now, this can be you, them, or general society, or just work being overbearing, where you're just trying to think of a new plan. Someone could have a plan, okay, a plan, or a plan of escape. Who knows? Or it literally could be a physical fight that someone's in that could be physical and emotional abuse. It can be. But it could be coming out of that. We don't know. We don't know. But during the Five of Cups energy, you work around that. That's why it's called turn around. You know, turn around. Don't be shy, because this can be a shy and it can be a lie, or it could even be a little white lie. Who knows, right? But don't be shy. Turn around, face your fears and face your anxiety, and see it through. See it through. See the anxiety through. See the pain through. Turn around and face yourself. You know, it's halfway through a cycle of what you've manifested. So you're halfway there. Regardless, you're halfway there. You're halfway there of learning something, or you literally have. Okay, but this could be a little white lie that someone's keeping from you, or you're keeping it from them, or someone could be shy, or there could be a lie. But a little white lie could even be Chinese whispers. This could be people in general in society that are talking. You could be talking to your friends and they talk to somebody else, and it forms a drama triangle. 3 people there, 3 people, okay? He's got 3 swords, but he's dropped 1 of 2, okay? But generally in society, people talk, people listen, people whisper, people do whatever they do, because that's society. So you learn by mistakes. So you learn by your society belief, you learn what you are, you learn where you taste, touch, and smell of where you are, okay? For some people, that could be in a jam, right? But for some people, it could be that you're talking to friends and they're kind of helping you out to understand things about what you're trying to get over, okay? Because some people are trying to get over things, some people are just feeling like they've won the war, but they've lost. You've lost and you've won, so what have you won? Nothing. Because you've both lost, you've both won, which is parts of the ego and pride, of knowing that oneself has to face their fears head on about what happened. So it's a recovery. I'm picking up someone's in recovery, okay? Recovery. But we'll see. So Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for August. Show me the other person. Please show me the other person that's connected with Aquarius. There you go. So there's the Moo land. That's the traveller. That's a Piscean energy also. But you can relate this to anybody, and we do try to get out of star signs. But it could be a Piscean energy. But you could have just come back from a journey of some sort that you realised there was other people involved in something, okay? There was other people involved in something, and what you've learned by the Fool energy is to, one, this energy is now free and independent from this energy here, because they're starting over, they're starting again. Now this could be a relationship that forms if this other person can drop their ego, but can you ever? Because we always live in society. So if this is a bad relationship, and we will go down good and bad relationships because there's thousands of people, right? Because you would need a personal reading. You know, it's very difficult for a reader to give over general messages that are just most prominent. So if this is a most prominent situation in your life and you are suffering from emotional and physical and violent abuse, then you know that you are, and it doesn't matter what I say that comes out through this, you would know your own. You have to work it out, you see. You have to be willing to work things out with the person. And if you're not, and you're playing mind games, then you're halfway through a cycle of knowing that what goes around comes around, because you're not working on it, because what you're not working on is one's ego, okay? So, but someone here is, because they're free. They're free and they're single, okay? So, we'll see how it progresses. Because this can be working, you see, working. But if you are caught, which we all are in society, okay? If you are, and this leads to a drama triangle, which you do have in society belief, you get anxiety through society, okay? So you come out, so you could be public speaking, You could be telling people, you could be teaching people, you could be a teacher. But if this goes on to a different energy, because I mean it was the Fool, but so you could be motivational speakers. We won't go on that. Stick to the story, Steve. Just get on. Just get on. Just get on. Five of Swords. So somebody has been. See, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. This energy can be someone. There's two fives. This is like an ending, but it's not. It's led back to the start. Led back to the start. So something could be coming back from the start again, because it is also an ending. It's strange because it is an ending to something within someone's mind, and what they realised, what they lost was either one, children, or they lost out is what I'm picking up. They lost out. So if someone was playing mind games seriously, it could have been to do with family members or children or anything like that, or it could be the fact that you're just ill. Someone could be literally ill, but ill-willed, because that's standing at the crossroads again of wondering whether to do the same thing again or not for some people. There could be some kind of financial aid that some people need in order to gain back their wisdom and strength in a situation now there has been an ending, because it's still reflexive of an ending, because this can still be willing to work on things, work on it. That's what I'm saying. It depends where you are. But if this is dividing your time, this is someone that's dividing their time. If that's naturally, that's naturally. If it's not, they're dividing their time between other people of society that they're fighting with. Okay. Now, if that's physical violence and emotional abuse of children or family members, then that's what's going on. Okay. If it's not, this is dividing someone's time of different people. It can be. Or it can be dividing your time and working on things at work to build up one's stability of their emotional love and respect and value that they have for themselves now that they're actually standing at a crossroads of making a decision. Okay, because it's still not made one. It's standing and thinking and wishing and wanting something more. Something more. There's something more out there. It could have a lot to do with family, that you could be fighting with family members. Now, if that's just a general little white lie and that you're just like, just get out my way, I just need to be home alone, I just need to be on my own, that's someone that could be isolating themselves because they're now actually contemplating on this new direction that they want to go in. So this is someone that's thinking about a new direction altogether, because something that they've came from has been of a struggle and a battle that could be something to do with work and children or family, general life in general, but some people could be general. They could be like, fucking listen, they could be very demanding, but they could be where when they go out in society, they're like at rest at things, but they're sleeping on the truth. So they're literally then, when they go out into society, this person, it depends who, can drain other people. Can. Because they would go out into society and they would meet people in the general public, and it can be an energy where they're discussing it with society, and the society is telling them, well, yourself that you're standing at the gates of a decision that you need to make, okay? It could be things at home where, you see, fives can be really good because it's also letting go, you see. The Five of Pentacles always comes from the Four of Pentacles, which is where you're holding on to things tightly. So you're saving and you're building, so it relates to child support energy, all that kind of stuff. The people that have got children, it's child support, it's building one's growth, it's building one's health. So there's a release of, because you're not so... It can be where you're just relaxed now. It's kind of like, well, just let the chips fall as they may. This can be that. Well, just let the chips fall as they may. I'm the bigger person, or it just didn't work out. So let the chips fall as they may. And where they felt is now that I realised that I've lost something. but they also lost. But whatever it was that you lost, you're now standing where you're now having to make a new direction in life, you know. So let's see the Fool. There you go. So this person is very well manifested also, and they're working. They're working. You see, this could be for some people where you're working on the relationship. If you're in a relationship, you see, you're building. This person is also willing to work on a relationship regardless of who they meet. You know, they're willing to work on a relationship, but they would do it one step at a time. You know, this person could be someone that's planning on writing an email, or someone that is writing an email, or they're just generally at work and it's just overbearing. But it's not, because they're building their self-worth and love back up into themselves, because they are also very gifted and clairvoyant. They work on astrology, they work on esoteric, they listen very well, and they pay close attention, because they scribe things, you know, they write things down, they pay attention to all the synchronicities of numbers that come through from the universe. They actually pay close attention to that, and they probably write stories around that. They also well manifested, because what they do is they write things esoterically, but they also manifest. So they write scripture of manifesting. I do that all the time, you know, all the time. The power of manifestation comes from living presently. You know, the present tense is where you live, which is where you are. Okay, so you write things down of the present tense as if you already have them here, something built up. You have to be grateful for all these notches of life that you already have, because you already have something. Okay, so when you know that all this of what you've got is backing, okay, so you're backed by spirit, okay, and you're writing them down, and they've got your back too, okay, and they see that you're extremely hardworking and that you're working on yourself and working on this, okay, so it's a project. But it's also parts of scripture that you can write. So you can be religious, or you can be spiritual, or both. But you're generally writing things down, is what I'm picking up, where you're writing, manifesting sheets and programs, and you could well be on a new project or a new journey in actually doing that for people, because this person would be open, like an open university. Some people could be going to university or sending their children off to university, okay? But this is generally someone that's very well manifested. You know, because they're free, they're open-minded, they're up for a journey, a spiritual journey. You know, they listen to themselves quite well, but they listen to others, and they also lead people. This is a person that would go places. You know, they want to go places. They probably are going places, but they've just got back from places, and they're now having to go back to work for some people. But either way, this person would be willing to go into a relationship, and they would be willing to work on a relationship, but they would be also very willing to write all the stuff down that we went through. Okay, so you would see, this is what I'm saying, you can really break this down to where you are, but someone could be really having a breakdown for some people. If you're on this journey here where you've fucking really come from something, where you've really had a mental breakdown for some people, because fives would always talk about coming from something, okay? So you've always come from, you know, opportunities and like staying in decision modes, and that you've come from like the four, which is like resting and recuperation, from someone that you've fought with, very much so. And it can all be to do with career and finances and money and jobs and people at work and people in society and all that kind of stuff, that someone could either well be learning by their mistakes, okay, or for some people, if they're not, they're not. But who knows your life, right? But generally it's quite good, because you've got an emperor energy here too, which is standing in one's power, you see, standing in one's own right now, which is becoming the change. Your soul is what gets elevated to the next level. You know, your soul is what gets empowered to form healthy boundaries and structure. You know, I'm going to do a video on this for people, but the ego is what always needs to be stepped aside. That's why septicemia, I heard for some people septicemia or something, septicide, poisoning. Whoa, some people could be poisoning. Your poison running through my veins. Your poison. I don't want to play these games, is it? Or break these chains. Break these chains. Someone doesn't want to break these chains. Someone doesn't want to change, and some people do. Who knows? right? But astrology, the reason why astrology works is because it gives you opportunity of the universe of that was all created by one energy, which is the gift. Okay, it's offered you from the universe, that's offered to everybody. Okay, but astrology will only work if you're not blocked and guarded, you know, because it can be rebound and reflected from the chakra of your crown chakra that gets put back up into the universe of blame. You know, you're blaming oneself because you're not open, because the universe doesn't give a fuck about you as a human, because they're not human. They just push you in forced lessons of karma, okay? So it can be reflected back up into the universe of like, well, you're just not ready to learn yet, laddie. You know, Saturn, you're not ready to learn yet, laddie. You've got quite a few more things to do. Why are you not open? Well, because I've been hurt. Really? What, by your feelings? I don't have feelings. I don't give a shit. What I care about is you as a human being, as a physical form of where you are presently, okay? So when you can live presently here, of what we go through, of the present tense of what could happen, okay, that's the most important part of what people miss. So you can miss opportunities because what you have to do is step aside your ego to be alignment here, to be well manifested, because then it comes through you. You feel the energy, you transmute it, and it stays with you. That's because you've learned. Your soul is empowered, you know, and you go forward on your journey, spiritual journey. But some people can remain where they can't drop their ego, and it bothers them that much, you know. It depends, you know. We'll go through the story, but generally speaking, naturally speaking, is that it comes through you. You have to remain open to be fearless. You know, being fearless is someone that could be foolish in the past, but what they do is they learn by their mistakes because they listen. They go forward fearlessly into something because they have belief of themselves, which is belief of yourself, of your chakras, of well manifested, because you have strong belief. You know, the ego is put aside. Ego keeps the pride alive of your appearance, of things, of society. Okay, which is not always the best thing to do, but that is what we learn by, so that's what we become. But when we become the change, we listen and we align ourselves with ourselves, which is the Akashic Records. It's yourself that talks to yourself, so that's why you manifest things into the physical form of living presently, because you already have it, you know. Sorry, I don't know why I always get into like, well, that's what I'm saying. You see, when you don't have ego, you just go on your path. You go on your spiritual calling, and you learn and you listen, and you're well manifested because you listen to yourself. The ego gets put aside, and you become this energy. You become the change. That's only because you're more spiritually manifested for some people. So this where it would be cross-matched for people that have Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. So if you watch other people's Venus and Sun signs and stuff like that, I've picked them up through the extended readings that it's cross-matched like that, and I've picked it up and thought, oh my God, that really relates to, you know, different readings. It's all cross-matched, you know, because we cross-match energy. When you're a reader, you pick up on that and you channel through it, you see. So will you work through it? So let's see. So let's look at the 8. The 8 of... There you go. So a message comes in to this person, okay? But they're very, for one, they're very passionate about what it is that they're doing, for one, okay? They are. But this is a new opportunity of someone new that you've met or that you can meet. But these are like fast action-oriented messages of like, some people it's desire, so, but I'm not really picking up a desire, I'm picking up a desire to literally work on something. But it could also be working on a new relationship, you see. The Fool is new, fresh, new person, new outlook, new thing. Working on building it and working on... There you go. So working on things with one's passion, creation, and working on a relationship that is either one, for some people, a new person. This is where we would get into the story, see? One new person. So we also go through single people. You know, I do that and see that in the extendeds for people, for people that are new, that does come out. So there you go. So it could be a new person that someone meets here, because if this person has dropped this fight that you're in a relationship and you're fighting with someone, and this person's dropped that and they've gone, well, just let as the chips fall as they may, and they're the person that actually walked away. This person, then, if you're in a relationship with them, they're having a fight with, like, maybe with their children over something that's been done or said, and they could be like in something at work or even something with their children, literally, that's causing them to realise that they have to do something more for this connection if you want it. Belief and structure of opportunity is always there if you want it. A judgment call is always there, whether it comes up in the tarot card in a reading or not. It's always there, you know. You always have opportunity to work on things or not. And Spirit will always let you do it for as long as you like until you become in alignment with your astrology and your house of working on yourself. Sorry, God, I've gone into teacher mode. I'm sorry, some people don't like that or some people do. But, you know, you work on oneself here to become very well manifested. So you learn that a 5 becomes working on things, you know, working on cycles and working on oneself. So you become here. Let's see if this 2 of... We'll draw one more card. The 2 of Wands, please. Why is this 2 of Wands? There you go. So this is not going to relate to everybody, but there's a lot of ego that someone has, because this can be an ego card, okay? But this can also be, see, alignment of 1 in 7. 1 in 7 means the first house to the 7th house, okay? Where you learn from your first house of your rising to your 7th house of your descendant. So you can check your descendant out, because after a cycle, okay, after a cycle, that's what's manifested after a cycle, 10, okay? 5 and 5. So some people have completed something, or they're learning, but we'll see. But some people really haven't. So you go to your descendant to sign to see what happened after a cycle of what presently happened in your situation. Oh my God, that's what's really happened. That would be your descendant sign, because you're always your descendant. You never ascend to the highest level, because it's impossible. You just die and you start again. You know, you never get to the point of being ascendant master. You know, not as a physical human being. Well, who knows, right? But you ascend and descend, ascend and descend. Lessons I've learned of going from your karma to your dharma, your karma to your dharma, your karma to dharma. Okay, so you go always from one to the other. So we have Libra of the scales of balance. Okay, so someone could have Libra in their chart, right? So when we have that, oh my God, what's going on? So what we learn is through 1 and 7, basically, we learn to become in alignment to actually form healthy boundaries. But this can also be someone that's very, very, very guarded. It can be, you see, very guarded. Because you've got 7 and 2, which is 9, which is guarded, which can relate to PTSD, trauma, childhood trauma, relationship trauma. They could be traumatized by war, by fighting so much, you know. They could be traumatized by family and situations within their children or society in general. That's not meaning that this person is a very fucking nasty person. You could never project out blame against this nasty person if they are on you, because what you do is you put yourself back into a cycle of the same. 5 and 5. Nobody wins. Because you cannot blame one for what one does to another, because some people, they hate upon one energy that you're connected to, which is everybody. The 3 of Pentacles, past life karma, soulmates, they're all cut from the same cloth as where we relate to everybody, okay? So why is a relationship called a relationship? Because you relate, you know, relate with things. If you can't relate with things, you don't find an interest or a common ground. So I'm picking up, sorry, common ground. There needs to be a common ground of an interest, as you just stay guarded and blocked, you know. So you learn boundaries of 5 and 5. You work on oneself, you work on the relationship, but someone here is willing to work on a relationship, but some people, they're not, is what I'm picking up so far. You know, because this person, like I said, we went down this road, that they could be they're a human being, for God's sake, you know. But if you can blame, say if you're caught in a triangle, okay, a drama triangle, some people, when they're going through that much karma, what they do is they either blame their family member or society of their neighbours or someone that they hate, okay, love and hate relationship, okay. But you can never hate upon one that one does to another. That's why you get a payback next time, you know. But that's why you get a payback. Because when you stop hating upon someone that you probably don't know, or their own wheel of fortune of their life and destiny of what they're supposed to experience with this other person, if this other person, you're hating them for being with this person here, or fear, okay, fear of aggression, you will put out that energy. So what goes out comes back to you. You stay in a cycle of ego, of a relationship that can be very traumatic for somebody. Someone's soul or someone's mind could be out of control. Could be, you know, because they could have children, but they could drink. It's not here, but they could, because they would be physically ill. For some people, they would be physically ill, and for some people, they would really be struggling with things in their mind, which could be a Libra energy. Maybe I'm picking it up as a Libra possible, but if you're a Libra, you know, I'm not digging at people. I just have to literally read the cards, guys. I have to. Because the hardest thing to ever hear is the truth. When I was going through tarot card readings, when I was young, I listened to the radio, right? But I never hated upon a reader, whether I hated it or not. I might have gone, oh, fuck me, da. But I would go back and think, you know what? I'm just going to morph into someone else. But that would be the gift of being a Pisces, because you would morph and you would think, well, you know what? That is me. I do need to change that. So I'll tweak that a little bit and I'll kind of really take that on, like the video, because someone's giving you their time of giving you what they channel through here, which is what you need to hear. You know, if you can't hear it and you hate upon a channeler for hearing the truth, then that's part of the ego of things that people need to work on, because people can be in denial, you know, can be, but that's not for everybody. Energy would change if I'd done another reading next week, you know, it would, because it's lenient. Some people are finding lenience for someone, or is over lenient for someone, where they could be very caring and they work. If you're physically in a relationship with this person, okay, you're physically in one, this person is the person that supports you, and they go to work and they work really hard at working for you, and they're getting some kind of promotion or bonus for what they're doing, okay, at work. If you're in a relationship with them, they're going forward on a new venture at work where they've just been noticed, okay, because this is someone that's noticed, okay, and they're going forward on that project fearlessly, knowing that it could work out well in their favour, okay. So we're going, if you're in a, you can relate it to however you want, but this person would have to work extremely hard for this energy too, if this person is the person that you're in a relationship with, you know, because you would probably have children with them, maybe, okay, you would probably have children with them, and there would always be a fight with you and them over the children. So that could be another scenario, whether you'll always fight with your children that get projected out to your family members in society, where you go out, you tell people blah 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 blah, you know, all that kind of stuff that we do as human beings, you know. But you do that, and then it, like I said, it gets put out because you can't forget it. You can't live presently and clear-minded. You have a purge state of mind where you can purge things out, right? But if somebody keeps doing it, this is what I'm saying, if they keep doing it, they don't get anywhere, you know. They stand at a crossroads of not really getting anywhere because they tell people to piss off, or they just stay very guarded and they give them very little, you know. So it depends if it's an offense or defensive system that they have, because it can be parts of what's played out through their childhood codependency, fear of being abandoned, you know. So it can work out through that too, you know. But what we will do is, I do apologise why I went off into that, but I did go off into that. That was your reading. So what we do is, on the other side, we go through the rest of it, and it tells you more about this person and their life, and that's all parts of the thoughts and the feelings and everything in general. It tells you all about this person, okay? What they're doing, what they are, and what's happening in their life. I give you, that's what I channel through what this person's doing and what they are. So if you're this person and you're interested in what this person's doing, yeah. If you're this person, you're interested in what general is going on in this person's life, the story starts to unfold. Then we look at future prospects of what's coming in between the relationship, or what is happening in between for future prospects of the outcome that we come to here. What's in between you? If this person is with someone new or third party and stuff like that, the lanes change. You see, the times change because we get cross-matched by Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and it turns over. So then you can watch your rising, or your descendant, or your moon. You know, that's how it pretty much works. I'm trying to break it all down for you through work, career, lessons, all that kind of stuff. Okay, Aquarius, but I really do hope that you're all well. I really do. Thank you so much for your support. I will be going live at some point, but if you do want a personal reading, that is also open. I'm filling up my schedule. Okay, I might do a video about it, but there's going to be an option that I'm putting out there for people, if you're still here, which is I will do an hour tarot card video for people where you don't have to tell me much at all. And I'll do a full spread and pretty much hopefully tell you exactly what's happening or could be happening. And then after that reading that gets sent to you, I channel all messages and God knows what for it. And then we have about an hour Skype call just to talk about your reading and if it really helped and what. And then we go through all the processes of stuff that you could really look at to change it, to become the change, to get through of what a light worker would do. It would see you through the trees to guide you through the forest, you know? So that's pretty much what a light worker or someone that is clairvoyant that does. They break the matrix down. They give you that tool in order to help see you through the energy. Okay. So if you want a reading like that, you can send me an email in the description or any reading, and I'll get back to you. If you want to watch this on Patreon, Patreon gives you access to literally Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, all your monthlies, and the Twin versus Twin. It's just tier 1. You can have what you like. Watch them over and over again. And that's the subscription. And then we do also do sometimes live readings over there that I will be doing very soon. Okay. If not, and you just want to watch the rest of this reading over on Vimeo, it'll still be there, but it will be in your monthly folder. So you have options and choices, but all the links will be below. Thank you very much for watching, Aquarius. I hope you're all okay, and I'll see you again soon. Peace.